Okay, it's 6:15 p.m. I just got in the car probably about a minute ago. Running, you can see the outside temperature is about 112. That's what it's still reading. I'll have it on AC. I have it on the outside air to blow out in so I can get some of this hot air out. See this drop down a few temperatures just sitting here. As a minute passed, probably dropped about 5 degrees. Okay, we'll put it on full air. Temperature dropped just a little bit. There's temperature coming right out of the vent. I'll let that run for about a minute. I'm sitting still, I'm sitting idle under a Ramada or carport type thing. So the sun's not, the sun's still hitting on the west, but just picked up the car today. So you go see 1 minute, probably dropped about 4 degrees, 3 something. Okay, I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna start driving. I'm driving on one of the side streets. See the time, 6:18. Temperature is reading 79. Then we have it on max air. Fan's fully blowing. Driving now, probably about 20 miles an hour. Trying to get onto the main road. Try to get to the freeway, see what we can get it down to. Picked it up today. Speaking of Joey in reference to the temperature. Saying it got down to the 50s driving during the day, and at the highest it got, well, it was sitting at idle, was 60. So we're driving now. We're gonna get one of the main roads. You can see already 4 minutes gone by since I started this, and it's at 73. Let's see if I get this light or not. Light there. Okay, the drop, turning. Driving towards the freeway. Just barely get down to where it feels half decent. That's coming right out of the vent. Max air, full blast. All the way as low as it could go. Don't go anything lower than that. So 5 minutes into it actually driving now, so it's in the 60s. Let's see, we're stopped at a light now. Feel as hot as it felt earlier, but earlier it was a little uncomfortable when I picked it up. Okay, light just turned green, so it's 70. Not in the midday of the heat. It feels a little humid in here still. About that right now, but it doesn't really feel that way out there right now. Not like it did earlier. Okay, we're going to be jumping on the freeway. See the temperature fluctuating. It's one of the reasons why I took it in there. I'm told that the condenser was having some restrictions, so they figured that would be the one thing to change. Over a year ago, we switched out the compressor. There we go. So 7 minutes into my video, or well, not 7 minutes, 6 minutes into it, but 7 minutes since I started this. Going, I'm probably about 60 miles an hour now on the freeway. 70, 65. Okay, we'll keep it at that. We'll drive for a few miles. I was told that during the day, heat of the day, it was getting about 50 on the freeway. Out of the vent, it's barely at 63. Already 2 minutes into my driving. Oops, shut off. Sorry about that. Straight out of the vent. And right now, even blowing the way it is, it feels okay, but I was told they got down to the 50s, and right now it's not direct sun. The sun's actually settling on the west. Here we are 9 minutes into it. I have not even got under 60 degrees, and I'm driving now about 70 miles an hour. Max air. Spent another $753 today. Took it in about a year and a half ago, maybe more than that, to get the air worked on. They told me I was guaranteed to work. $1,100 later, AC compressor, some O-rings. They said that was going to fix it. It never did. Took it back the spring, and they said that there was a leak in the compressor. They replaced it, and here we are, another $753 later. So we're talking just shy of $2,000 on a $50,000 vehicle at its time, on an AC system at a Ford dealership. That now we're 10 minutes into this drive. Now you can see that it's starting to get into the 61 and a half, but I still have not gotten to the 50 degrees that they said it was getting. Alright, coming up on 5 miles on the freeway driving. 5 miles driving now more than 10 minutes into my drive since I started, and I have not even hit in the 50s yet. This is the exact same issues that we were having to begin with. It was getting it was getting about 5 degrees better than what it was, but we're talking midday. It was getting, you know, probably mid 60 to high 60s, and then when we were sitting at idle, it'd be in the mid 70s and up to about 78 degrees. Here we're barely at 60.1 degrees, and this temperature gauge is right out of the vent. So although it feels comfortable, there we hit the 59.9. This is with us driving 12 minutes into our drive. About 7 miles now, or so, 6-7 miles. I'll start off of Stapley. I'm coming up to the Superstition Springs. Okay, proof that I was just coming up to the Superstition Springs, exit 187. It's at 59.2. I'm going to come to my first stop here to turn back around and start driving back against the sun. You can see it's 6:28 p.m. It's registering here. Temperature down here is roughly about 111. It says still full max air. Temperature is 59.6. That just jumped up a little bit, but the light just turned green, so we're just driving now. Gonna get to Southern. Turn on to get back on the freeway. So back to this. We're gonna drive back to Stapley. Okay. Wasn't that long of a wait, so it did just jump up. The temperature still felt pretty decent. Earlier when I did pick it up, that's probably about 2 o'clock or so, somewhere around there, after 2 o'clock. The temperature down there, the exterior temperature was reading about 123. This is because the vehicle was sitting. And from there I drove down some side roads and jumped on the freeway right away. Went and had the car sitting at idle, and it was not getting anything under 65 sitting at idle at all. At best it was mid 60s, but should have videotaped it then. So now I'm just driving back down the freeway the opposite direction, heading back down to Stapley. Just passing the Higley exit or on-ramp. We're sitting at 60 degrees, up, dropped down to 59.9. 6:30 now, time's reading. Temperature's roughly about the same. Although it feels good inside the in here while we're driving. It's not as hot as it was out earlier. I was told that I was getting about 50 degrees while driving during the day, and while sitting at idle it wasn't going anything more than 60 degrees. And this video here, coming up on 15 minutes, can show that it has not even got nowhere near that. Just passing exit 185. I'll raise it up here a little bit just to see that. Well Vista. I can't see that. Sun's too bright. 58.3 degrees. Riding about 60 miles an hour. Traffic's not the fastest. That's in the Val Vista exit. It's 57.8 degrees. Now hitting about 70 miles an hour. I'm trying to see if the higher RPM will get it a little bit more. I was sure that this was going to fix the issue. And as of yet, it does not seem like it has. Coming up to the Gilbert exit, or no, about a mile away from the Gilbert exit, sorry. .0